I welcome all of you to the webinar on ICICIdirect on the new product offering, which is scalping. This is something which I would feel for people who trade in the markets actively, for a lot of people who do options, a lot of people who do intraday equities and stocks. They really like it. We're gonna today in the session we're gonna walk through the platform. How does it look? How do you place a trade? Show you certain live trades as well. Just to give you from a philosophical concept point of view, this is something which many of the traders do, right? And many of the traders have wanted as well. So when you're getting into a trade, you think that the stock, let's say, if you have a long position and you think the stock will do well or the option contract will move up. So there is a entry, the way you enter the contract, which is matters, and when the stock runs up, you would like to book profits. This is what traders do. If I, let's say, trading at 100 rupees, I would want to buy it. Let's say, it falls to 98, 96, 94, and the moment it moves up, I want to book my profits as well. So I want to enter. I want to book my profits timely. Move up. And the opportunity times can go, you can miss the opportunity. The scalping, I just request my colleague to put up the screen as well. And as we, look at the screen, the entire concept visualization is going to be far better. So first of all, this is on the app. We could start from the tools section. So this is the markets app. At this stage, it's on the markets app. You could, you could stay on the watch list also. That's fine. A few weeks, so you will see that on the website shortly as well. So on the website, you just need to, you see your stock, you see your watch list, you see that here. We have introduced a section which is on the tools section on the smart orders, which is there. So if you click on the tools, you see here order slicing algos, which are execution algos. If you just click here, you could get started, which is add an algo, and once you see the screens here, which is scalping, which is a new offering. The above ones are wherein let's say in the expiry, the options premium are just 2 rupees, 5 rupees, and you want to execute larger quantities. Let's say 10,000 contracts in a second or in few seconds. So therein, you could slice your orders, 10,000 contracts, 1,000 each per second, is what you can do. So that's the order slicing algo, which is time weighted, TWAP and averaging as well. And the new one is scalping. You could go to this through the watch list itself. So, let's say, if Kashish, you could go to the watch list and, we're looking at an options contract. So if you see here, you see the markets, you see the calls and the puts. So what we've done is we've added 18,300 calls, 18,300 puts on the watch list. And let's say, I feel that the markets have run up and, there could be certain, correction. This is an intraday trade. We're taking, and I'm sure, you look at the charts to trade that. So, let's just get started. So, Kashish, if you just click on the 18,300 put options, and you could click here on the execution algo. So one is you could look at the charts and you could you could look at the charts and kind of make your view on the markets. But let's say, at this stage, I'm thinking about doing a trade and kind of have a thought of the market as well. So let's go to the execution algorithm. Let's start the scalping. And now when you've come here, what you see is the contract already there, and you could also see you're seeing buy and sell. So basically, it's long options, short, and people who write options, they can as well use that. So if I had to sell options, I could use that. I will want to come to the seller for later. But let's look at the buy options first. So I am going to buy a put, right? Which means the markets kind of go down. That's what I feel. And herein I enter the quantity that I want to trade. And that's a max, I want to take a trade, let's say 100 Nifty quantity. Let's say, Kashish, if I just put 100 quantity here. And I want to enter the market at every level of mine, so let's say it's 72. In fact, it moved up from 66 to 70 in quite a jiffy. But let's say, I want to move it when it comes, it's right now trading at 71, comes down 2 rupees, it falls, another 2 rupees, it falls. So I want to have a systematic entry, position in the in this contract. I don't want to jump and trade 100 shares or 200 shares to quantity just at this rate. I want to wait for it to come down, come to my zone, and then buy. That's my strategy, right? So I could, and I mean, it could be 2 rupee, it could be 1 rupee. It depends completely upon, how you're trading in the markets. So let's say 50 quantity, all we're doing is just putting your entry difference. So Kashish, if you just put your entry difference here as, let's say 1 rupee. So you see the stock, or any contract, it kind of moves up and then, it falls down. And if you've got the trend right, you can actually accumulate quantity. And then, once it moves up, you could keep on offloading. So I'm, let's say, doing the 1 rupee end fall the contract has. I'm going to enter. I'm keeping the short so that for a purpose of demo, just so that we get some trades on the platform. So if you look at it, move to 73, move to 69. So, and if it moves back to 1 rupee, 1.5 rupees, let's say, I'll book profit. I book my profit. So let's, put it 1.5 rupee here. So now, if you look at the screen, and Kashish, if you could do that to 150 quantity, actually, we will just kind of explain you how this works, right? So I have 150 quantity sliced at 50 each, which means 50, 50, 50 at every 1 rupee fall in the stock. So it goes from 68, 67, I'm going to enter, 66, I'm going to enter, and every 1.5 rupee the stock moves up, I'll keep on booking the profits. And then if it falls back, again, I'm going to enter. So it's going to be a completely, systematic way of trading, which typically traders manually do. And the profit booking will also be done by the system. So let's just get started. And, and one more thing, which is here is the time. We've kept the time from now to 3:30. There are a lot of traders who want to trade for the next 30 minutes or for the next 1 hour. So, you could define your time as well. So let's get, started here. And it's fine, Kashish, let's just do a trade. And all that you've done is enter the quantity, enter the 1 rupee gap and 1.5 rupee profit, and that's it. And your trade is submitted. So, once you've submitted the trade, you could go to the order execution section and, you could look at your live P&L, you could look at your live, prices that it's trading at. And as I said, what we had done, which was very simple, was that we wanted to enter when it falls, and we wanted to exit when it, moves up. So if you see here, I've placed 100 shares because I kept a 1 rupee gap. It booked, it placed 50, then it placed 50 again. Now, if it moves up 1.5 rupee, it's going to book profit in the other one as well. So we will, kind of keep on looking at and here the system will keep on doing for you. So when it goes down, we buy, it goes up, we'll sell. And obviously, the view has to be right. Trading, if your view goes wrong, then obviously, after 150 shares, it will stop. It will not do anything because, you wanted to maximum position that you want to have was 150 quantity. That's it. So it's not going to do anything if it, let's say, as I said, we've done a short averaging here just to kind of get a, get a flavor of the trades here. If it falls, let's say 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, beyond that, it will not execute a trade. So you will see the P&L here. You could kind of move it, exit it manually, and you can always exit any trade manually. Kashish, you can just show the screen where the trades are. So you could stop the algo, you could pause the algo, you could square off and exit. All that's here as well. And you could look at here where the entries are happening. Since we have defined 1 rupee, 66, 68, 65, 67, 65, 66, 65. The system is bought. Had we get 2 rupee gap or 3 rupee gap, it would have bought at the 3 rupee gap, So, and our averaging would have been better. And once the stock starts moving up, it will start exiting 1 quantity each for me, which is 50-50 losses keep on exiting. So, it's kind of gets into a automatic way of entry, and then it will keep on exiting. So that's the algo. Yeah, I mean, just Kashish, you just go to the screen here, and as I said, yeah, you could completely define the kind of trade that you could, the gaps that you want to have. You want to enter 3 rupees gap, you could have put 3 rupees gap. You want to enter 6 rupees gap, you could have entered 6 rupees gap. So that completely is something which is there with you. And since this algo is there, I mean, we Kashish, we go to the and we just show you the sell side as well, because I mean, you could go here and even look at the sell as well. So a lot of traders, when they're trading in the markets, you would want to sell options. And if I wanted to sell options, again, my strategy is that if the trade is, let's say, at 63 rupees, I want, if it moves up to 65, 67, 69, I want to accumulate in this range. And when I'm a seller of options, I would feel that the price will go down. That's why I'm selling options. So you could set your conditions here, which is the gap here. I mean, we filled in some gap. You could, use your gaps here, whatever gaps that you feel is right. And completely on your trading strategy, these things are. So you could use your gap here. And put the profit booking gap as well. So you want to book profit. So you want to enter 2 rupees higher, lower. I mean higher here because you're seller of options, and you want to book profits every 3 rupees. You could do that. You could set the condition, and system will keep on booking profits for you. So the algo will do both the things for you as well. So that's from a sell perspective. So this algo scalping will take care of buy and take care of sell. It will take care of both the trades that you would want to do. And just tell you, this is something which is where the brokerage per slice is only 7 rupees per order. I mean, we've done 50 shares. You could have done 500 shares or quantity, or you could have done 1,000 quantity, whichever is the maximum freeze quantity as per NSE. The brokerage is just 7 rupees per order. So you obviously have to register for this brokerage option. Is available on our website, and it's not 20 rupees per order brokerage in the brokerage, because typically when traders scalp, they scalp at short quantities. They look at short entry exits in the market. So that's possible. And as well as, scalping is also there in cash equity. So you want to do it in ITC, you want to do it in Reliance, you want to do it in TCS, all that's available as well. Cash equity, options, futures, all the product classes, asset classes are here. And, you could trade on that and kind of, have a systematic entry positions and a systematic exit positions. I just want to say that, in markets, there is no 100% guarantee of any trade going right. I mean, that's the way the markets are. But what it helps is build that systematic discipline. Typically, traders rush to trade. I mean, if I want to do 150 shares or 200 quantity, I go all in. Here, you could define your rules. You want to say 3 rupees down, 3 rupees down, 3 rupees down, so that I get a better average, which is, at let's say 60 or 62. And then if it goes up 3 rupees, the system automatically books profit. So this is what, the algo, brings that capability on ICICIdirect. It's, something which is a completely new offering and has been introduced, for our clients. So we just wanted to kind of share that with you today through this webinar. We'd like to kind of thank you for listening to us, and thank you for your participation today.